weather correspondent and interviewer.
I'm Andrea, correspondent for Breaking News.
I'm Kirstin, correspondent for Breaking News and Weather.
I'm Alisia, feature news correspondent.
I'm Krystal, feature news correspondent.
I'm Krystal with Shore News. With Memorial Day weekend kicking off summer 2012, tons of crowds ventured to the Wildwood Boardwalk to get a jump start on the action. Little did these people realize, though, the night went ended having 82-year-old Mary Smith from Little Lake Harbor, New Jersey, getting run over by one of the famous boardwalk tram cars. With the legendary phrase, "Watch the tram car, please," blaring through every speaker of the Wildwood sound system, it was hard to understand how Smith didn't realize what was coming. Unlike the other vacationers who know to move out of the way, sources say that Smith stood right in the center of the painted tracks with no intentions of moving. The tramcar driver, Robert Jones, a 23-year-old employee at the Wildwood Transportation Center, said, "I did not mean to hit her, but I never had a situation where someone did not eventually get out of the way. By the time I got close to her, it was just too late to stop." According to interviewers, the area was cleared immediately and paramedics were rushed to the scene of the accident. A nearby hospital diagnosed Smith with a fractured right hip and a sprained back, which will involve approximately 2 months of recovery with no permanent damage. After further interviews with medical staff at the hospital, it was said that the doctors are also looking into a possible hearing aid failure being the cause of Smith's oblivion to the tram car warning. Despite the hearing aid malfunction theory, Smith is already getting a head start on the legal issues involved by attempting to sue Jones. Jones claims, "This type of incident has never occurred in all the years I have been a driver. It is clearly her fault for not moving out of the way like everybody else." This mishap is scheduled to further be argued in court sometime within the next week. And now we'll meet Rose Minas in Atlantic City with news from there.
Hi, this is Rose Minas from Shore News in Atlantic City, and I'm going to interview Chelsea Hanna, who is a lifeguard, and she recently won $20 million from playing poker at Harrah's Atlantic City Resort and Casino.
Hi, Rose.
Hi. How do you feel right now for winning such a big amount of money?
I'm in shock. I really don't know what to do with it all. I don't have to be a lifeguard anymore.
Well, are you still going to continue your job as a lifeguard? Like, do you have any idea? Do you want to continue, or do you want to quit?
Not at all. I'm going to be a beachgoer. I'm going to lay on the beach every day now. I don't even need to be in the casinos. I can just tan all summer.
That's good. The big question is, what are you going to do with what are you going to do with that money?
Probably go on vacations. Go to more beaches, go to more islands.
Since the summer's coming, you want to keep going, go on vacations, travel the world, all that stuff?
Yeah, probably the Bahamas, Aruba.
Caribbean.
Not really the Jersey Shore anymore. Get a little bit nicer water. Warmer weather.
Yeah. How's your family reacting to this?
Haven't exactly told them. You guys are going to find out first.
Oh.
I don't really want to tell them.
No.
Might as well go on my own vacations.
That's the thing to do. Just go on your own vacations and have fun and hang out there. Well, thank you for your time.
You're welcome. Thank you.
This is Rose Minas in Atlantic City, and now we go to Kirstin at Point Pleasant.
This is Kirstin at Point Pleasant Beach for Shore News. 23-year-old David Arena was attacked at Point Pleasant Beach by a great white shark on Friday. David was visiting the beach with his parents and sister when he was attacked while swimming at approximately 5:30 p.m. after the lifeguards had left the stands. David and 19-year-old sister Samantha were two of the scarce swimmers braving 66-degree water at the time of the attack. Samantha was exiting the water when she heard David scream and turned to see him being pulled under the water. Samantha told her parents and nearby surfer Frank Lombardi, 43, who swam to the attack and pulled David to his board, saving his life. Lifeguards finishing their patrol arrived on the scene as they reached shore and tied a tourniquet at the knee of David's left leg and waited for David to be taken by ambulance to the Jersey Shore Medical Center, where his leg was amputated and he remains in critical condition. Sharks at Jersey Shore are not uncommon, but usually won't attack swimmers. The most serious shark incident in New Jersey was the attacks in 1916, when a young great white shark killed 4 people and injured 7 others in the span of 12 days. Last year, Island Beach State Park and beaches in Seaside Park and Seaside Heights were closed after 2 sharks were spotted swimming along the coast. Great white sightings are not uncommon in New England in the later months, and sharks frequent the shallow waters of the Jersey Shore in September for food when there is nobody on the beach to report the sightings. We return after this short commercial break.
Summer's here.
Are you ready? toll-free number below.
Get yours today.
I want to get one.
K&A Beach Ball Emporium is not responsible for any head or neck injuries, nausea, internal bleeding, dizziness, or back pain. Air not included.
We go to Andrea Bassett at Seaside Heights.
This is Andrea Bassett with Shore News at Seaside Heights. 2 accidents at Seaside Heights boardwalks in Seaside Heights, New Jersey have visitors fleeing as paramedics rush on scene to aid the victims. Annabella Vinci and Joseph Francesca, 2 vacationers from New York City, were the first to be aided when they fell into a ball pit in the Boardwalk's Fun Center. The 2 vacationers were flung 400 feet into the air after the slingshot experienced a malfunction, causing the 2 steel cords to snap. Luigi Botticelli was the 3rd victim to be aided after a malfunction on the Ferris wheel caused his car to fall and crash through the wood boardwalk. Both the slingshot and the Ferris wheel have been shut down for the rest of the summer and will be reopened once both rides have passed safety testing. The conditions of the 3 victims are currently unknown, but they are expected to make full recoveries. And now to Alisia at LBI.
Hi, I'm Alisia from Shore News in Long Beach Island. Last night, around 8:30, yet another Wawa convenience store located on 902 Central Ave in Long Beach Island was robbed. 2 men are suspected to be the perpetrators, yet their identities remain unknown. Following this month's string of Wawa robberies, 2 middle-aged men held up a store by gunpoint. The men entered abruptly carrying guns and completely dressed in black. On their faces, they sported only ski masks to shelter their identity. At the time of the robbery, there were 8 shoppers in the Wawa and 3 men working behind the counter. Bystander Carol Wilson stated, We couldn't even scream for help. They made us lie down on the floor and keep our heads down. The 2 quickly forced the customers to the ground and stole almost $300 from the store's cash register. There were only a few in here, and they were only here for a few minutes, but it was terrifying, said Wawa owner Harrison Glenn. Glenn added that he desperately tried to call the police, yet the men kept a steady eye on him. The moment he left, however, Glenn dialed 911. Police officer Christopher Higgins stated, We were too late. The men were long gone and the trail was cold. As of now, the only lead that the police have to go off of is a tape of the robbery that was filmed from the Wawa security camera. Unfortunately, the tape is quite grainy and reveals little to exactly who has been committing these crimes. The LBI Police Department suspects that these crimes have been committed by the same 2 men. Each Saturday night of this month, a different Wawa convenience store has been robbed, and all tapes display men of roughly the same appearance. The police department released the following statement. For the next few weeks, we will have every Wawa and LBI surrounded in anticipation of the 2 criminals. Officer John Adamson added, We have little to go off, but rest assured, we are working our hardest to make sure that these robberies come to an end. We now go live to our weather forecast.
I'm Rose Venus,
And I'm Kirstin.
and we're from Shore News. And the weather out here is sunny and pouring.
In other news, the local seagull migration has begun, attracting many tourists worldwide.